So I thought it was a good idea, but I wanted to resist for a little bit. But with everyone here, it's happening. We're taking the wall down.
Before I do this, I want to let you know, all I'm doing is poking a hole in the fucking wall. I am not getting into this fucking project tonight.
We are neither.
I want to make sure this is clear.
Please help me take it down. Please calm down.
Does everybody understand this?
Do it. As soon as you poke that so you're
Oh!
dedicated.
You're all the way through.
Hey!
What?
Oh, dude, there's a ton of shit on this back.
Well, there's a mirror in here.
Yeah, we should probably move the mirror.
So pretty much as soon as we saw the house, we knew that we wanted to open up these two spaces. The dining room area was sold as a fourth bedroom, which we knew we would never use as a bedroom. So the living room being a tight, small space like this with limited flow into the kitchen, we knew we wanted to kind of combine the spaces without it just being one big open floor plan. So the first step was to tear out what was here, get a visual on what was inside. We even found an old window that was framed inside this wall. And then get all that out, and then we installed the header because the dining room's got the step down so that we could still have kind of a stylistic difference between the two spaces.
So to save as much money as possible, we wanted to go ahead and reuse the laminate flooring that the previous owner had put into this room. We cut the laminate along the line of the new wall and set it aside while we built the pantry. Once the pantry was done, we were able to reuse those pieces to reinstall, and we have a floor. So originally when the house was constructed, this was actually an outdoor carport. A later homeowner turned it into part of the interior space of the house. And then when we were turning this into the dining room and pantry, it was important that the pantry felt continuous to the kitchen. So we had to build a subfloor to raise that floor to match the kitchen, so it was all one integrated level.
So after all the framing was completed to separate the pantry and the new dining room that was once all one open space, it was time for sheetrock. And yes, we installed the sheetrock the wrong direction. Sheetrock, typically you want to go horizontal. Yes, we installed it vertically, but we had a design idea in mind that we quickly abandoned and went away from. But once it was installed, some proper mudding, a little bit of paint, it looks totally fine.
So we're really big fans of pocket doors to save space in high traffic or congested areas. This is a really high traffic space going from the front of the house to the downstairs room. So if we had a regular door here, it would either interrupt traffic or swing in and take a lot of space inside the pantry. So to save as much space as possible, we put in a sliding door. This allows us to close off the space still and still have plenty of space inside the pantry.
So one of the things that I knew we wanted in a house was a pantry and storage space, because it's not something we've ever had. And in our last house, we were able to get these IKEA Ivar shelves. These are the 19-inch depth ones, or 19.5-inch depth, and they worked great in the kitchen space. So when we got into this house and we made our pantry, I was so excited to be able to get to reuse these guys in here to actually create a pantry that we were able to customize and kind of adjust these shelves' heights to fit our needs.
So it's Sunday, August the 12th or 13th. And it's almost done. I have practice. I'm going to be gone from 10 to 1. And I'm kind of hoping that, kind of secretly hoping that this is all done when I get back. Still have to clean up all the living room stuff. There's some little detail painting that has to be fixed. That square window, pretty. That we had to keep. We're not crazy about it, but we had to keep it for now because of the condition of the ceiling. We didn't feel like redoing ceiling sheetrock. So yeah, hopefully today this will all be done, and after, I think it's 2 weeks. I don't know. I've sort of lost track of time because it's all been one giant blur. But this, I believe, is the 3rd weekend. I'm just ready to live in a house that's not full of boxes. So hopefully we're done.
So design is kind of an ebb and flow, and it kind of evolves with you in your home as you go. We really loved those initial shelves that we put on this wall, but what we didn't account for is that it is directly across from the front door. So walking into the house or the home, it was the first thing that we saw. And after they were up for about a couple of weeks, we decided that we didn't like seeing all the clutter when we first came into the house. So we took the opportunity to kind of simplify this space here.
Got people coming in today to finish out the step tread here, the transition piece between the living room and the dining room. And so we got all this up, all the furniture's back there, and downstairs.
This originally was an exterior wall. Because of that, the flooring did not go all the way to this end. So we needed something to transition from this space to this space that looked completed and as part of the rest of the house. So we brought in some woodworking friends who built this last piece that really tied the whole thing together and made it look almost original. These are 60-year-old floors. It's really hard to match the color, and we think they did a really good job considering all of the sun and wear and tear that changes the color throughout this whole space.
Alright guys, that's it for phase 1, but obviously that looks a little different than this. So make sure to stay tuned over the next couple of weeks where we'll post a few more episodes on how we went from that initial build out to what it is that we have now.
If you like what you saw today, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and hit that little notification button to be notified when the next episode goes out.
And as always, a huge shout out to all of our members for helping support our channel.
Also, make sure you follow us on all of our other social media. We're on TikTok and Instagram as @RodneyandJake. Also, check out our website, rodneyandjake.com, where we have blogs that break down other design elements.
We'll see you next week. Ready? All right, guys, that's it for phase 1. Ta-da! Oh my God, I've got a cramp now. Oh.